Nothing like a good manga to kill some time on a weekend afternoon. But you already read all the popular ones and are up to date with the currently ongoing series and don't know what to read next. Well, have no fear, because I got you covered. Let me introduce you to a little known manga I enjoyed very much and would recommend to any shonen manga enthusiast out there to give it a read. But enough beating around the bush. The manga I'm talking about is Magico. So what exactly is Magico? It starts with a girl who was raised in seclusion for 16 years, coming to the city for the first time. And soon after she arrives, every man in the city falls in love with her. Even the king, who is just passing by, falls in love at first sight and wants to marry her right then and there. And she, being a nice girl clueless in the ways of the world, doesn't know how to refuse. So anyway, right when they were about to get married, the ceremony gets interrupted by a dragon bursting through the roof, Shrek style, and a guy comes out of the dragon's mouth saying he's here to pick her up. So off they go, riding in the dragon's stomach, where the guy tells her he's a mage named Shion, and the reason everybody is nuts about her is because her heart is a container for an entity of enormous power, known as the Night-Tailed Fox. Hang on, wrong script, my mistake. Now, where is that page? Aha, there it is. Known as Echidna. Wait a minute, that's not the one. No, not that one either. Yeah, that's the one. And because of that, she will be targeted by people who want to get that power for themselves, which involves ripping her heart out of her chest. He also offers her his help in getting rid of the power of Echidna by completing with her a series of rituals needed to get rid of it once and for all. There's just one catch. The completion of these rituals require them to get married. And so our newly engaged couple heads off to complete the ritual known as Magico.
Hey, that's the name of the show.
Along the way, they meet a cast of colorful characters, like this guy with a flaming head, this guy with a zipper mouth, the stereotypical Japanese samurai guy, and they even get a daughter. And all of these characters are endearing in some way, especially our two main leads, who are prime candidates for cutest couple in manga. Even the villains that seem one-dimensional at first end up more fleshed out and sometimes even sympathetic. There is also a where our protagonists enter a tournament for married couples, a tournament to test their love for one another and duke it out against other couples. And I gotta say, it's one of the most imaginative tournaments I've ever seen in any manga or anime. Now, this being a shonen manga, of course there are superpowers involved, but what kind exactly? Well, if you've been paying attention, you might remember me saying that the protagonist is a mage, so the power that is available to the people in Magico is of course magic. And I can already guess that some of you are having fairy tale flashbacks when you hear that. But please, remain calm, this magic system is actually good. To use magic, the characters in Magico have to complete rituals. The type of magic a character can use depends on the type of ritual they completed. These rituals could be anything from burning 1,000,000 bugs to swatting 3,000 giant bugs with a broom, and the harder the ritual is to complete, the stronger the magic obtained from it. But it doesn't last indefinitely. After a while, the magic will disappear, and in order to keep using it, one must perform the ritual for it again. So yeah, it's a step or two above Fairy Tail's magic system. The art is also pretty good, especially the 2-page spreads and the full-page panels. They look good enough to be posters. The only complaint I have about this manga is that it is just too short. It has 65 chapters and an additional epilogue chapter, and it being a weekly title, every chapter has around 20 pages, except the first and epilogue chapters, which are longer. That means a lot of the concepts introduced in it weren't as fleshed out as much as they should have been, and while the ending didn't necessarily feel rushed, it just came out of nowhere. It's a shame, because there was a lot of potential left untapped in the world of Magico, but what we did get is an imaginative, short, sweet, and at times very funny story that is worth your time. Unfortunately, there's no official English translation, but it was translated in German by KZ Deutschland, and is still available for purchase on their site, so if you can read and understand German, and are from a major European country, you're in luck. Otherwise, your only option is to hoist the colors on the wild waves of the internet. Either way, if you decide to check out Magico because of this video, I hope you enjoy your time reading it, and if you do, you're welcome.